Happy Monday, everyone. It's another Monday. We're really excited to have you with us for the Monday Rundown. Here we are.
Welcome to August, folks.
Welcome to August, for real.
Yeah.
Really excited to be with you guys. If this is the first time that you're with us, welcome. Welcome to SayThat channel. Our Monday Rundowns are amazing because what we're able to do is Winston and I get to talk about other topics that may or may not be directly related to business or entrepreneurship per se, but usually end up relating to it. It just gives us this a platform to be able to really focus on other things that we really feel like are important to our overall lives and our lifestyle. Today is not any different. We're going to have a topic and we'll answer the question. And then what we love about this particular way of doing things is we get to hear from other content creators, other thought players in the different spaces that we're looking at and the different topics, to be able to take away some insight from them as well. So I am really excited about what today is.
Absolutely. And guys, if you've been getting value from these Monday Rundowns, definitely drop that in the comments below so that we know if there are topics that you guys want to talk about. Definitely make sure you can either link that in the comments. You can hit us up on Instagram. You can hit us up directly here on YouTube. Just message us and we will definitely get those videos, review those videos, and get them out to you guys. So let's jump into today's question, guys.
Can 10 minutes of daily exercise really transform your brain? 10 minutes transform your brain?
I know. I want to be the fitness person and say yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The answer has to be yes, although it seems a bit crazy, but thank God 10 minutes. Like, we can definitely fit that in. Like, I'm actually really excited about the idea of that because I think so many people think it's got to be like an hour, 45 minutes, right? But transforming your brain into something that hopefully is more positive in a healthier way, and all it requires is 10 minutes. Like,
well, amazing. think about the fact that you just said it only seems like 10 minutes, where for many people that would be the mindset. It's like, oh, well, what is it going to do? What's it worth for me to get up and do this? Where incrementally that would actually obviously add up. So you are essentially changing the way your brain looks at things. When you, and we've talked about this in other episodes, like micro goals and, just the way that you break things down can make things simpler. You build a plane in the air, that kind of analogy. And I think like this, I'm sure there's a ton of actual science behind it, but I'm just thinking from the perspective of just that idea that I don't want to get up and do something, but man, how great do you usually feel after those 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like you go on a walk, a run, whatever. You're like, man, I'm so proud of myself for having done that. And I'm just wondering if that plays a role in the whole shaping your brain or reaffirming yourself, things like that. Like, man, I did that today. That was great. I've been doing 10 minutes. I know you had a yoga challenge that you've done, and you looking at how you approach it, you always seem so much prouder of yourself for having from being consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would definitely say, yeah, I think that this would be it would make a big impact on our brain. But let's hear what we have in terms of our experts today and what they have to say on the subject of exercise and your brain.
All right, here we go.
I have been fascinated with the hippocampus for many, many years. I started in 1998 as a young assistant professor at New York University, studying the hippocampus to make a big splash in science and discover something really, really amazing. So I decided that I was just going to work. For 6 years, I was only going to work trying to understand how the hippocampus forms new memories. I didn't have a lot of social relationships. I was eating too much takeout food. I was just feeling so lethargic. And that is what brought me to the gym. And a year and a half later, I felt so good. And I had this amazing realization. My memory, my hippocampal dependent memory that I was studying in my own lab, that seemed to be better. Maybe it was this new level of physical activity that was causing this really extraordinary change, that my writing was going better. That was the first moment that I started seriously getting interested in how exercise might be affecting the brain and also helping the hippocampus. My name is Wendy Suzuki. I'm Dean of the College of Arts and Science at New York University and Professor of Neuroscience and Psychology.
All right, in our home, but
yep.
Janelle Parnosa.
Because I studied the effects of exercise on the brain, people always want to ask me about the runner's high. What is it? How do you get it? I don't run. I'm a terrible runner. However, it's a great place to start because what it really is this feeling of euphoria that comes with running. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a marathon runner to get this. Every single time you move your body, you are giving your brain what I like to call a wonderful bubble bath of neurochemicals, dopamine, serotonin, noradrenaline, endorphins. And that's really key to the mood boosting effects of exercise. But that's just the short-term effects. What about long-term effects? What if you give your brain a bubble bath on a regular basis for a week or a month or several years? That's when those growth factors kick in. And what do the growth factors do? We know that the growth factors go directly to two key brain areas. One is the hippocampus. The hippocampus is an extraordinary structure. It is one of the only human brain areas that can grow brand new brain cells in adulthood. And those growth factors help the hippocampus grow shiny new hippocampal cells. And what does that mean? Your memory is better. And the second is the prefrontal cortex, critical for your ability to shift and focus attention. Those are some of the both immediate and long-term changes that you get with exercise that start with that neurochemical bubble bath. You don't have to become a marathon runner, a triathlete to get these benefits. You might say, oh, well, I'm in the sedentary camp. There's no hope for me. Here's why there's hope for everybody. And that is the principle of brain plasticity. Brain plasticity is this idea that the brain has an extraordinary capacity to change or modify its wiring. Are you walking a lot? Are you running? Are you keeping yourself physically active? Are you learning new things? With brain plasticity, even if you've been sedentary all your life, you can start moving towards that bigger, fatter, fluffier, and happier brain. I love to advocate for personal experimentation. You know the science now that you're giving your brain a bubble bath. It's going to make your focus work better. It's going to improve your mood. When are you going to apply it in your life? My motivational tip for everybody is start small and start with things you already know you like. If you hate running, don't run. You don't have to run.
Yeah.
As little as 10 minutes of walking will start to give you immediate benefits in terms of decreasing anxiety levels, decreasing depression levels. Anybody can do that. You don't even have to change into your spandex. Or start practically. One of the things I did over the pandemic is I turned my weekly cleaning session into an exercise session. Have you ever seen that movie, Mrs. Doubtfire? Have you ever tried to do that choreography that Robin Williams did with the vacuum cleaner? It is hard. It is a great aerobic workout. And if you bring that play and that joy to even scrubbing the bathtub, it makes it more fun. It makes it more aerobic. Start small and then just add on. Can you walk a little bit more? Can you park a little bit farther away? Can you do another round of shopping with the big cart in Costco? Be more broad in your definition of bringing more movement into your life.
Get smarter.
Man, I just want to add to that. And it's funny, I was actually checking out another YouTube an influencer, but this guy's actually a doctor as well. And he was talking about the idea of when he has clients and he does personal training and how they already have all these preconceived notions about how challenging something's going to be, but it's because of the goal they have set up for themselves. So, you know, let's say the goal is to lose 50 pounds, where he's thinking, I just need to get you a little bit more active than you were, the version of yourself that you were that got you to be 50 pounds heavier. That person's already in their head going, what's the level of work or output I'm going to have to do to get rid of, they're like looking at the whole 50. They aren't breaking it down into these. And it's just the difference of perspective to be one, and then just information. Again, he has the information that says this is a small incremental, you know, we'll have progress over time, because it took you years to get to 50 pounds overweight. And for some reasons, like in their mind, they can't see that it's going to probably take a couple of years to get it all off as well. Janelle, you're muted. I don't know if you noticed. So I love that when she talked about just how a simple walking a little bit more than you did yesterday, it has so much more benefits than if you just don't do it because you don't think it's enough. And I think that's a big point to what she was making.
Yeah, I love that. I love the science of it. I love the bubble bath. Yeah,
that was a good analogy.
Neurotransmitters and hormones, right? That like go off. I love that. Like I immediately had a visual, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's super cool.
And it brings it something you want to do. It makes it into a way. Wow, what was the episode we saw? Not barriers. I remember, and you were talking about like putting your clothes by the side of your bed.
Oh yeah, try and make it less friction. Create less friction.
Thank you. Yeah. That analogy, I think, creates less friction when people think about things like that.
Oh yes, like the bubble bath. Yeah. I agree.
I want a bubble bath. Why do I get one of those?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to, hey, you want to grow your brain? You're like,
right.
Yeah. You know, do you want to give your brain a bubble bath? Yeah, I do. What's that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, go to the gym. Go take a walk. You know?
Right.
Just go out in nature for a little bit.
Right. I love that. Yeah, I love the fact that she was like, it starts with as simple as 10 minutes of doing something that you love. I remember you said that to me once. You were like, at the end of the day, I work with all different clients, but like, if you just move. Whatever type of
salsa dancing was like that.
You're into. Yeah. And that was
when you used to dance, and I would say, and I had a client that did that as well. And Chris and I would do powerlifting and stuff, and he would straight up tell me, Winston, you know where I get his best workout? And I was like, well, he goes salsa dancing with my wife on Fridays. Yeah. And he would tell me he would be like drenched in sweat. They'd be dancing for hours. He wouldn't, and the other part was there, you know, he wasn't counting reps or thinking of like weight. You know what I mean? It actually worked his brain in a very different way, because now he's like moving with another person. So he's having to coordinate when her hips do something or he leads. So he used to explain to me just how, and challenging may not be the right word, but there was more that went into that. And he, to the woman's point, I think he put a level of energy into it that made it that. He wasn't lazy leading. He wasn't just there for time. He was actively there to get, I won't say a workout, but he really wanted to dance. Let's look at it that way. He was really there to dance. And when I used to see you describe it, I'm thinking the same thing, like, oh, she's out there like really dancing. You know what I mean? Like really applying herself to that. So I always had an appreciation when you talk about doing it, and just from watching videos of him and his wife, because I was like, wow, you're really out there. Like, it's not a competition, but you're like really. And he goes, yeah, every Friday we're out here just doing this. And so it could be anything.
Because it's fun. Do the thing that you like think is fun.
Start there.
If it's rock climbing, like climb that rock or the wall, right? Like if it's bike riding, like you know, I have some people in my life right now who love bike riding. Go do that, right? Like like,
go on a walk for real.
Go on a walk.
Yeah, walks are definitely nice. I love this one.
This is great.
So guys, if you guys got value from this video, definitely make sure that you leave a comment below. We'll make sure we throw up the link to the that episode that you guys can go check out on your own. But until we see you next time,
as always, remember, you deserve the good life. Say that.
Say that. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.